Dear podcast watcher, today is your lucky day because here's good news for you. In truth, it also brings me great joy to know that you have kindly downloaded this great podcast, especially crafted for your personal benefit. I must declare honestly that you will be highly astonished beyond your wildest dreams with the contents of the video entitled The 5 Dynamic Steps of Consumers' Buying Process That Will Skyrocket Your Sales Performance with Ease and Style. To be perfectly honest, you truly deserve a deep, heartfelt thanks from me for watching my humble presentation. Really. Jokes aside, believe me, you would not be a bit disappointed by downloading this video. In fact, you would be greatly benefited by this video. This is my ironclad guarantee to you. Alright. You ask, how come? That is a good question indeed. The simple answer is that when you watch this podcast right to the end, you have the tools to be a super sales professionals. This is my solemn promise to you. Yes, you read it right. There is no misprint. By the way, before speaking another word, may I introduce myself as Madam Roberto, an AI avatar programmed by CTM Joseph NG. His biodata, his company and his free ebook will be presented by my colleague Madam Sophia, another AI avatar developed by CTM Joseph. I cannot repeat enough that by the end of this show you will be greatly benefited by the shocking revelation of a typical consumer's 5 buying steps. You better believe it. Basically, there are, firstly, problem recognition. Secondly, information search. Thirdly, evaluation of alternatives. Fourthly, purchase decision, and lastly, post-purchase behavior. Easy to remember them. I am confident you can. Agree or not? Oh. Hold your horses. At this time we must take careful note that this podcast requires you to fully understand each stage of the consumer's buying habits. By so doing, businesses can tailor their marketing efforts to resonate with potential customers at every step of their decision-making journey. This will ultimately increase the likelihood of a successful sale and building long-term customer relationships. Are you following me? I hope you do. So without further ado, let's us roll it. May I now have the pleasure to continue presenting today's podcast entitled The 5 Dynamic Steps of Consumers' Buying Process That Will Skyrocket Your Sales Performance with Ease and Style. A word of caution. Bear in mind this video may be short, but it does not mean it is incomplete. In fact, it's a highly packed presentation that is ever distilled in one viewing. For your info, this is one video you ever have to watch on the topic of consumers' buying steps. Yes, you have read it right. There is no misprint. Trust me, this will ultimately increase the likelihood of a successful sale and building long-term customer relationships. Are you following me? I hope you do. Of course, the first and foremost step is none other than step number 1. Problem recognition. It goes without saying that this is the initial stage where the consumer identifies a need or a problem that requires a solution. It could be triggered by internal stimuli, e.g., hunger, thirst, or external stimuli, e.g., advertising, recommendations from friends. Does that make sense to you? Up next. Step number 2. Information search. Make no mistakes, once the need is recognized, the consumer seeks information to make an informed decision. This can involve searching for options online, asking friends or family, reading reviews, or visiting stores. The information may be gathered from personal experiences, commercial sources, public sources, or experiential sources. Believable. You can bet your last dollar it is. Also, it's worth noting that the next step does deserve you close attention, if I may say so myself. Step number 3. Evaluation of alternatives. Here is the kicker. In this stage, the consumer compares the available options based on various criteria such as price, quality, features, and brand reputation. Consumers may create a short list of preferred products or brands and weigh the pros and cons of each. I am sure you know what I mean. True or not? Before we jump across to the next step, let's pause for a moment to let the substance in step 1 to 3 to really sink deep into our minds. Is it okay or not? Now we should be ready to dig deeply into step number 4. I hope you are. Step number 4. Purchase decision. It is pretty well accepted that after evaluating the alternatives, the consumer makes a decision on which product or service to purchase. This stage may also involve considerations, such as the purchasing environment, payment options, and any potential promotions or discounts. I hope you get my point of view. Wait, there is more. Step number 5. Post-purchase behavior. It is no rocket science that following the purchase, consumers evaluate their satisfaction with the product or service. This stage can influence future buying behavior and brand loyalty. If the consumer is satisfied, they are likely to become repeat customers and may recommend the product to others. Conversely, dissatisfaction can lead to returns, complaints, or negative reviews. Quite a mouthful, I must say. Agree or not? To wind up this podcast entitled, The 5 Dynamic Steps of Consumers' Buying Process That Will Skyrocket Your Sales Performance with Ease and Style. In a shining neat nutshell, you must accept that these 5 stages are based on the consumer's experience, the nature of the product or service, and the context of the purchase. Additionally, some models expand this process to include further stages, such as the consideration of post-purchase engagement or after-sales service. Understanding these stages can help marketers tailor their strategies to effectively meet consumer needs. Get my drift? Furthermore, please do believe faithfully in your heart that the consumer buying process is truly a multi-stage journey. It begins with recognizing a need or want and culminates in a post-purchase evaluation. Would you now buy that idea? I hope you will. You are right to agree with me that by understanding these stages, businesses can tailor their marketing strategies to effectively engage potential customers at each step, and ultimately leading to successful sales and customer satisfaction. True or not? Without a shadow of doubt, it is an undisputed fact confirmed by my years of research experiences and studies over 2 decades in the marketplace. Would you then give me a big thumbs up? Rest assured we would appreciate your kind gesture very much. Okay. By the way, be reminded that at end of the podcast there is a presentation by Madam Sophia, another avatar developed by CTM Joseph. She will proudly present the biodata of Joseph NG, his company, and his free ebook. Are you happy with this? I think you will. Need I say more? I guess not. With that, may we, Madam Roberto, Madam Sophia, and Joseph, bid you a fond goodbye. Hope to meet you at our next weekly podcast. The end.
Hello, my name is Madam Sophia, an AI avatar developed by CTM Joseph. I am deeply honored to be able to present CTM Joseph Ng's biodata and his company. That said, let's roll it. Okay, thanks. Presenting biodata of CTM Joseph NG and his company. CTM Joseph SFNG now is the senior partner of a Malaysian company which focuses on helping others. And with regards to marketing companies and its employees' self and career growth, particularly in area of sales and marketing. Apart from that, CTM acted as a consultant for a few companies. Additionally, he is a local motivational sales speaker who addressed more than 5,000 people through his dozens of talks and training across many states in east and west of Malaysia. He is happily married to Margaret NG and has 3 children. But that is not how he started. In the beginning, Joseph faced a lot of hardships and problems before he reaches the pinnacle of success. Now let us hear his story. Being a high school certificate holder, he had a very rough start from an early age. He had to sell to consumers from door to door on a part-time basis to supplement his low income. Continuing his work as a clerk, Joseph also managed to travel a lot in that period, exposing himself in the art and science of selling. At the same time, he graduated from 3 countries' professional degrees in business administration, Australia, and marketing, UK. Subsequently, he did qualified as accomplished speaker from Toastmaster International, US, with a competent Toastmasters CTM certification. He acquired valuable knowledge from internationally successful salespeople and applying them regularly. Hence his sales skills and marketing improved remarkably. And at the end of his second stint being employed, he excelled as a sales and marketing manager for others. Having improved in these environment, Joseph Ng became a marketing manager handling a team of 15 salespeople under him. Then, he was 45 years old. After mastering the art of sales, Joseph moved on to work on some bigger projects like sales and marketing, business assignments for many reputable organizations. He continued with his hard work, and as a result, Joseph performed well in every industry he set his eyes on. But he did not stop here. After trying various success and productivity systems, Joseph Ng decided to launch his own partnership company to train business individuals and organizations in sales and marketing. For the same reason, this led to the birth of Messrs. Joseph Ng and Associates, training and marketing organization in Malaysia. Joseph Ng wrote over 4 books, articles and blogs on various topics like sales, business, self-growth, sales productivity, and much more. Most of them are filled with all the sales and marketing knowledge and experience that Joseph gained in his working life. Joseph wrote about the laws of sales success in his books that he uses in his journey, that both you and I can also use and become successful like him and create marketing history. End.
Hi, I am CTM Joseph Ng. Glad that you downloaded this podcast. You just watched the intro by Madam Sophia, the AI developed by me. Here is good news. You're entitled to my free ebook, The Giant 7 Steps to Great Selling. Contact me WhatsApp 6012-3878-592 or email me at josephsfng@gmail.com. Thanks.